Hello everybody! Today we're playing DLC. So, trigger warning, suicide warning, and all the warnings above. Just telling you. I see an annoying girl running towards me, disgusting, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to anything that might be around herself. That girl is my friend Shiori, the neighbor and good friend since we were children. This is starting awfully, I guess. You know, the kind of friend you've never seen yourself making today, but it just kinda works because we've known each other for so long. We usually walk to school together one days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently and we would try for waking up. But if she's going to chase me after me like I'm almost feeling bad of running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Shiori catch up to me. Hey! I overslept again. But I caught up to you this time. Maybe because I decided to stop and wait for you. Ah, you're such a meanie. You know you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, ZeroTwoMike. Well, if people start at you for acting weird and I don't want them to think we're a couple or in something, fine. But you don't wait for me after all. I guess you wouldn't have it in you to be mean if you were too. Whatever you say, Shiori. Hey, we cross the street together and make our way to the school. This is getting interesting, I guess. As we draw near, the street becomes increasingly spacious with other... you've probably seen me a little too big ears. As we draw near, the street becomes more spacious with other students making their daily commute. By the way, ZeroTwoMike, okay, for shorting it, we're just gonna call Zero. Because if I read that, I'm gonna die before I reach halfway of the game. Have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. But that's not true. You told me you were going to join a club this year. Did I? I mean, it's possible I did one of our many conversations where I distinctly go along with everything she says goes on about. Shiori likes to worry a little bit too much about me when I'm perfectly confident just getting by one day average while spending my free time on games and anime. So true. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is everything. Is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die of thinking of becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. A NEET, you say, Shiori? Define the words. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look for a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me? You'll try a little. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself be lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relate to her. I guess seeing her worried so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. I can't help it. The The school day is as ordinary as ever and it's over before I know it. If your school days are ordinary as ever, what makes it fun? Where is the minutia at it all? After I pick up my things, I start blinking at the wall and looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. So you really want me to check out some clubs? I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the class. I thought I'd catch you here, come out with the class, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought you... She's guilty, it says it in her face. You know what? Well, that you could come to my club, Sayori. Yay! There's no way I'm going to your club. Hey, Minnie. Sayori is Vice President of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99.99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun helping start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of Vice President. That said, my interest in literature isn't greater to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, kinda told the club members that I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if she is really that much of an airhead or if she is so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for cupcake only. Yay, let's go! She is something, and this the day marked the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. What flavor was the cupcake? If the cupcake is sweet enough, I'll sell my soul too. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a scene of school I rather visit being generally used for third year's classrooms activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. Glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori has told us so many nice things about you. Seriously, you brought the boy? Why to kill the mood? Ah, ZeroTwoMike. A nice surprise. She must say the old sentence. What did you expect? Welcome to the club. All the words escape in this status. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. You can maybe choreograph them. So don't screw it up. Don't you dare. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. That's okay. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I did not recognize. Her smile fades makes me think she's probably a first year. She is almost the one who made the cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says quietly into my ear, turn back towards the Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who apparently comparably more matters and whatever, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Shiori and Natsuki. Oh well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We really talked about we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in the class, smart, beautiful and agile. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so generously feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Zero. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. We'll get a cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'm gonna get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then you have about... I made some tea as well. The girls have a few desks arranged from tables. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over yawning. Walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, they're ready! Ta-da! Natsuki flips the foil off the tray, revealing a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little Kit Kats. What else? Little Kit Kats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sayori grabs one first, the Monika, then I follow. This is delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Sayori. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite of. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor, and I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Wow, you're not thanking me. It's not like I made them for you. Haven't I heard that somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But no, for you. But not for you. You are a dummy. Alright. I gave up on her weirdness logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returned to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacups in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the teacups tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Alright, I guess. Don't let yourself be intimidated by Yuri. Just trying to impress you. That's not... Instantly, Yuri looks away. I mean that's you... She can't even speak. I believe you. Well, reading might not be a passion for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri finally smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. You raise an eyebrow, Monica? So what? So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here, full body stack, gun to the head by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any club yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here. Yes, really happy dragging me here with the gun. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. We're not using a pistol here. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be the board member of any of those major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, yeah. To be honest, I kinda stand all of the politics around those major clubs. It feels like nothing but angry about the budget and politics and how to prep for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if that encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilled the dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more members in the club yet. It's much harder to start a new club. You could put it in that way. Yes, YouTube is the same in certain points. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You haven't worked hard to convince people that they are both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival the much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow the club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! Well, do your best. You know it. Everybody enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goals. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe this way they were all deliberately by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their levels of enthusiasm about literature. So ZeroTwo, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I read those past few years, I didn't really have a way to answer the question. Manga, I mumbled quietly to myself. I'm joking. Natsuki's head startles pricked out. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke with thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri tracks the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorite Yuri novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such a forged world is quietly impressive. Yuri goes on clearing passion about her reading. She seems to resurface and since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books and not people. But you know, I like lots of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how writing can so decisively take advantage of your own luck and imagination to completely throw you off on a loop, off on whatever, on off, beep boop up. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read an horror book once. That sounded so pathetic. I despicably grabbed something I can't relate to in the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri may as well be having conversation with a rock. Monica, really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri, for someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me on to another world, then I really can't put it down. Seriously, horror is often very satisfying at changing the way you look at the world in only for a brief moment. Yes, a book that is interesting, people will read. Take for instance, if I find a paragraph online I like, I will read it. Not these cheap books they put in schools, no. I hate horror. Oh, what's that? Well, it's just Natsuki's eyes dart over to me in split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Okay, I like cute things. What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you were writing a poem called blank blank blank. Don't say it loud and give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes are your poems. Everything you do is just so cute as you are. Sayori slides out behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not out. Natsuki, you wrote your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing that more than just confidence. The thrust of writing is of self. Sorry? You didn't understand that I didn't summon myself? You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your valiant abilities and showing even that deepest reads of your heart. Do you have written experience to your writing? Not written. I'm not writing. I'm right. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to sharing it. I guess that's the same for you, Yuri. I want to read everybody's poems. Well, at last, in silence of a moment. Okay, I have an idea, bro. Nani, what, Yuri? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share the poems of each other. That way everybody is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other, setting the bound of the club. The bond, you say, Monica? He has not accepted yet. and I am merely an antagonist. I cannot control his thoughts. I merely read and decide for him. For now. Isn't that right, Zero? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Hey, what's that? Now that we are back to the original topic of me joining the club, I briefly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Shiori maybe had convinced me to stop by, and I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at. Lose my train of thought. I would lose my train of thought too. All four girls stared back at me with dejected eyes. I could not even look at my phone, and I almost look all these phones. But I'm sorry, I thought. ZeroTwo, you all. I'm decisively against these girls. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? You can't. You just say yes. That's all you can say. That's if writing a poem is the price I'll need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the Let's Club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Shiori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Now just get a picture of that. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you were really just here for my cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes me his official. Welcome to the Letter Club. Thanks I guess. Okay everyone, I think that's it. That's the official ending of the day, meeting on a good note. Everybody remember tonight's assignment. Writing a poem, bring it the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over once more. ZeroTwoMike, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, I can't really impress the class star Monica with her mediocre writing skills. Who said I had mediocre writing skills? I'll help you, my boy. I agree, feeling the anxiety well up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up the food. Hey, since we are already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stay after school for the clubs. Sure, why not? Might as well. Yay! But that's it for today. And we'll see Sayori, Monica, Natsuki the next time. And I'll see all of you next time. Bye bye!